right? We discuss what is open banking, right? And there's a question on this year, small question, and open banking, and then we discuss what you mean by a cloud computing, and then what is big data or big data, and then we discuss business intelligence, as well as we discuss distributed ledger technology, that is blockchain also, and then we discuss the cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? What are the advantages and risks involving in cryptocurrency, right? So there, I think that is the place we stopped last week. Now, last week mean last Friday. So we start with artificial intelligence. Now, what do you mean by artificial intelligence? It's a very simple thing. Now, what happened earlier? What the human is doing? So certain activities human has done it. Now that was replaced by the computer. So that is what you call artificial intelligence. There's nothing much. What the earlier the human has done it, that replaced by computer programs, right? So through that, it will facilitate to do the job faster as well as in accurate in decision making. So that's very simple thing, right? Artificial intelligence mean basically is enabling the computer programs to interact and learn to undertake tasks previously done by human. Now there is something called outsourcing. Now what is outsourcing mean? Simply, now a lot of banks outsource. Now for example, janitary works, then security, some of the activities performed by bank earlier by the internal staff were replaced by giving to a third party. Something similar, what is artificial intelligence? Now some of the activities done by human being was replaced by some computer programs. So that is what you call artificial intelligence. So what are the advantages of artificial intelligence? Now, benefits of artificial intelligence. Now you can tailor-made your presentation or tailor-made your offers to customers. Then you will improve the productivity because his machine is doing, right? So since his machine is doing, there is a possibility of reducing the frauds, right? So these are the important three areas because of artificial intelligence is doing, right? Okay, so under that, now there's something called, you can write down this one, I have put it today. What is machine learning? Now this time the examiner can ask from you, what do you mean by a machine learning? It is not in your handout. Try to, I have put it today morning, right? I thought of putting that also. There may be a question. What is machine learning? ML, right? Machine learning is not a new thing. It is an extension of artificial intelligence, right? And it is a method of data analysis and that automates analytical model building, right? It is a branch of artificial intelligence, right? More machine learning, right? Certain decisions or certain available data with your bank, they will identify the pattern of how the customer comes to the bank, buying behavior and all. So machine will identify the customer and take decision with minimal human intervention, right? The same thing, right? So through the machine learning, now what happened? The organization try to take more accurate insight of the customer and take decision accordingly. So machine learning is nothing like, again, is an extension of artificial intelligence. Okay, so through the machine learning, so we can provide a customer a uniform or unique marketing oriented approach because you know exactly what is. But there may be a limitation, but usually again the machine learning also some sort of a artificial intelligence, right? I hope you have put it down or you can read it later on once the record forms is available. Okay, I have just put it right, machine learning. I thought uh, every time the examiner will test you something new, right? So as I explained to you, artificial intelligence, some of the activities done by a human was replaced by the machines or computer programs, right? So that is artificial intelligence. So machine learning also the same thing based on the data or idea systems, right? Will develop help of a machines to provide a better customer service. That is machine learning, right? Now we are still in the marketing mix element. Okay, now these are some of the techniques, development technological techniques, right? Okay, right. Now we are discussing further direct sales force. That means personal selling. If you want to put direct sale, you can put it within comma personal sales, your sales staff or personal sales, right? Now, it is a team of highly trained sales professionals who work for a bank or a company to sell the company's range of products and services. So earlier, bank don't have a sales team. Why? Because only few banks are available. Customers are come to the bank. But today is not like that. If you want to sell specific products like credit cards and other products, you have to go to the customers, go down and try to convince them and get them involving in businesses with banks. So for that, we have a trained sales professional who can do that part. Sometimes we call personal selling, right? Now, let me explain what are the objectives of us having a sales force or personal selling for a bank. One, to inform about new product and services, right? You need to inform about your new product and services, right? For that, you are using Salesforce. And also sometimes to demonstrate or train you, so advise the product. Now, if you are selling a little bit of a complicated financial instrument, complex financial instrument, so you have to explain what are the benefit, how it works and all. So for that also better to use your Salesforce, right? To educate. Then you may have sometimes after sales service. Suppose if you produce some, if you're giving some loan, some complex loan, you may need to go follow it up whether you satisfy or not, right? So that is after sales provide. And also remember the direct sales force which provide some competitive information, right? Because so when you're dealing with customers, when you talk with customers, they will tell you a lot of information about you, about the competitors, what are offering. So those information you can feed it to the head office. So these are the objectives. Now you know what you mean by a direct sale force, or sometimes we call personal selling. Now let me discuss with you this year's question. That is in 2021 question, right? 21 last January question. That's the question, right? 2021. If you want, you can put 2021 question. So the examiner asks from you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using personal selling? Now you can divide it to two, advantages and disadvantages. So what are the advantages of having personal selling? Now we discussed earlier certain objectives. Now if you really go through the certain objectives, you can say one of the advantages. One advantage is what seller or the guy who's going to sell it, the seller, could explain the product in detail, not like advertisement in the newspaper or advertisement on the TV or whatever. So you can, it is a meeting, one-to-one customer you meet, and then you have a chance to discuss in detail about the product and services to customer. So the first advantage is the seller could explain the product in detail to the customer. Okay, understood? No, right? Because you are, then they will ask question, right? Now you can see the response of the customers because it's a one-to-one interview. So, right, you can see the body expression response from the customer, right? So therefore the second one, you can say an advantage, could know the response of the customer. You can know the response of the customer. So you can say whether your customer will understood. So what is the response or intent to buy this product? You have some gray areas, then, right? And you can sort it out, that problem. Suppose suppose that he may have a doubt, so he can ask question and clarify those questions, right? Third advantage, you can say, once you have a develop, meet the customer, what is building up, right? It is human touch now. So therefore, definitely could develop the personal rapport, personal relationship with the customer. Rapport building up, RAPO, rapport building. Third point. Okay, and also, and this is, you can motivate the customers to buy. You can motivate the customers to buy, create some enthusiasm, can motivate the to buy, to sell the product, as well as motivate the customer, as well as the staff. And also, right, while you are talking, so he may complain something to you, right? So you can handle the complaints, any issues, right? You can handle the complaints. Now customers say, "Ayo, no need to have. Last time I come to the bank, so nobody has given me an attention. I try to find out some solution for some of the problems." No. So then you get that complaints, right? Then you can sort it out, some of the problem he face when you're dealing with bank. So therefore, complaints handling advantage. Last one, as I explained to you, right, is what? So while you're talking, you can collect a lot of competitor information. Lot of competitor information from the customers. I can remember I discussed with you last time how big company, also one advantage is big company in the disposable razor got this information from his competitors, information from one of his clients, right? So these are the some of the advantages of having a personal selling. So now let me explain what are the disadvantages or limitation of having a personal selling. You know, as you will aware of that, right? When you involve people, you must give him a salary, you must give him a commission, or transport allowances, all are what? Costly. So therefore, personal selling is costly to the bank. First point. Second, now that one thing අපේ අය ගිහලා customer හම්බුනම, how many people you can meet per day? Right? Only few detailed bedera පොඩ්ඩක් කියලා I don't know. ටික දෙන. So you can, limited number of customers can meet. Why? You can't meet everybody, no? So, but not like any other method, no? A communication, TV, so you can go to the everybody. But here, only few customers can meet. That's the second, right? So, for a bank need to use many people in that sense. So, bank need to deploy many staff. 3. Many staff. And also remember, it's a time consuming, because sometimes some customers you need to wait long time. Right? You need to, because he's asking so many things, so you have to spend more time with one customer, so therefore time consuming. Right? And the last one, what is the danger? There may be a mis-selling. There may be an opportunity for customers to mis-sell. Suppose your sales people may work on commissions. Anyhow, sales people try to communicate the customer and try to sell the product or services because he depending on his commission. So therefore, he may mis-selling. Mis-selling means selling the product without disclosing the. We are discussing later on what is mis-selling. What is mis-selling is basically you are selling the product without disclosing the true material or true information to the customer. So that is mis-selling. So then as a result of that, there may be a reputation risk. Right? So these are some of the disadvantages of personal selling. So this in fact this year's one of the questions. 5 marks for that. Clear? Right? Okay, understood? Clear there? Okay, understood? I need a feedback from you. Naguvesh, okay. Right? Okay. Abhishek, okay. Right. Now we move into the next method of communication. Now still we are discussing marketing communication and marketing promotional mix, one of the method. Okay, now let me go on. The next method is a very famous one. We call them as an advertising. A lot of people, I told you, people think marketing is only advertising. So now you know marketing is not advertising. It is more than that. Right? So what is advertising? Now you listen to me that you will get recorded in your memory, in your brain. So you don't want to cram again. That is why I keep on telling, please be actively involving with my day-to-day lectures, right? So then you don't want to study. It will record it in your memory. What is advertising? Now, advertising, you know, there is a definite definition in the marketing, right? Now, anybody can say advertising, put it in advertisement, putting a press advertisement like that, putting a TV advertisement. No, advertising, remember, it is any paid form of non-personal communicational method by an identified sponsor. By an identified sponsor. Now I will explain to you what is this. Now if you see some advertisement carry on, especially during election time, right? You see, මේ මුදල් ගෙවා ප්‍රචාරය කරන ලද දැන්වීමකි. When something they talk, they said, මේ මුදල් ගෙවා ප්‍රචාරය කරන ලද දැන්වීමකි. Why is that? Because it is an advertisement. Advertising means you have to pay for the respective media station or what. Now, if you really look at it, the newspaper, especially you look at during the elections times and all, some people are like this, no? Arava deno, mewa deno, kila chande mata denna, anke palawai. Kila yatin, if you really look in the below column, they said, this advertisement, this advertisement was published by so and so. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? මේක සල්ලි ගෙවලපු දැන්වීම. ඒකින්ද තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා ඇති රේඩියෝ එකේම ස්පෙෂලි කියන්නේ ටීවී එකේ දානවා මේ මුදල් ගෙවා ප්‍රචාරය කරන ලද දැන්වීමකි. Then it's become advertising because advertising has to pay for media station. And it is a form of non-personal communication. Means involved in that, not like personal selling what we have learned. By an identified sponsor, somebody has to do that. ඒතර බැංකුවක එකක් දානකොට බැංකුවක මොන බැංකුවේද දැම්මි කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ මොකද බැංකුවේ නම වැටෙනවනේ යටින්. Right? We know it's from Sampad Bank, it is from commercial, it is from Bank of Ceylon. They said. So therefore no need to tell. Okay, right. Now you know what is my advertising. Now advertising usually called above the line media advertising. For advertise, what we do, we use three main lines. What? TV, radio, press. So those are the three main lines. Right? You see TV advertisement. Now you see how many TV advertisement running when you switch on your TV. How many radio advertisements you can hear while you are driving or listen to radio? How many advertisements you can see while you are reading the newspaper? Right? Those are very costly. Advertising is very costly. You know, for nice teledrama during the famous teledrama in a certain channel, how much for a 30-second commercial? It's around 100,000. More than your salary, maybe sometimes double or triple your salary. Banks are using, no? Now the government say don't spend now money because that was given to the government banks not to spend more on advertising, right? But it's costly. Now think about the radio at the during. Now there's a peak time, right? Everybody's watching radio. Driving time, so very costly. Now radio may be around 50,000, not like TV. For one newspaper, today newspaper Sunday, imagine how much you think if you want to advertise Lankadeepa or Sunday newspaper, Sunday Times or whatever the famous paper, one full page, you think how much is costly? It's costly around 300 to 400,000 rupees. One full page, half may be different, quarter like that. It's a huge cost. Therefore, advertising is a costly thing. Remember that, very costly, right? So what are the objective of advertising then? Right? Now you can create awareness about the many people. We have offer like this, we have a product like this, we have a credit product like this. And also sometimes you can use advertising to change or influence your attitudes. Right? You change your attitudes. Now certain advertisements talk about the changing your attitudes. How important to brush twice per day. Right? Certain attitudes you can change through the advertising. Right? So that's important thing. Then to increase the knowledge about the customers. They say this product is having this and this product is not having hidden charges and all. Improve the knowledge, increase the knowledge. And to act as a reminder. Now we forget, no? Now sometimes you see advertisement carried back-to-back advertisement. Right? Then you get the attention. So advertising used to remind. We are human beings, especially Sri Lanka. So we forget. So some people are saying, why it is everybody knows about the sunlight? Everybody knows about the lux, but this Unilever keep on advertising. Why? Because it has to be registered in the consumer mind. That's what I told you last time. If you ask, what is a brand you use for toothpaste? Even though you are not using, you say signal. So through the advertising, you position in your product brand name in your consumer's mindset. That because of reminding advertising. And also to motivate inquiries. Motivate inquiries. Now, we have a classic advertisement. You may see in telecine advertisement. Girl is like this, fat. So ඊට පස්සේ පෙන්නනවා කිට්ටු වෙලා ලස්සනට ෆිගර් එක පෙන්නනවා. Right? Certain advertisements like that. They said, if you use this health care product or use this cream or whatever, you look like this. If you want to be like that, please call now 233333334. They give the hot number also, right? So what? By looking at the advertisement, so the customers are motivated for further inquiries, and for that they will use a discount also. So therefore, advertising motivate inquiries. I just now explain to you some of the telecine advertisements is like that, right? It can motivate inquiries, and also it will facilitate the salespeople. Now earlier we discussed personal selling. Now say I am a salesperson. I want to sell a credit card of my bank, say X Bank. So I'll go to the customer and say, I am from X Bank. So I don't want to explain all the things. Why? Some of the things and was already seen by the customer through the advertisement, through the newspaper, through the radio, or through the TV. So it is benefited to the salespeople to make his presentation easier than is not. Otherwise, you have to tell everything. Now you see the objectives of advertising. Why we need to advertise. Clear? Right. Okay. Then, but then you need to have a question. Okay. Now, this is this year's question. But I have already given this one last time also. But that question came. Now, last year, another question. Advantages and disadvantages of using mass media advertising and how it differ from digital marketing. Now, we discussed digital marketing earlier. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages in using of mass media and how it differ from digital marketing? Okay, right. Now let's understand what is advertising. Now, as I explained to you, what are the basic advantage? Because it's address general public. Now, when you put an advertisement in the newspaper or TV, across the board, everybody look at it. It is communicate to large number of audiences. That means address general public. That is an advantage. Right? Okay. Second advantage of advertising, you can think of objectives and then you can write, right? Then what is the issue? Advantages and disadvantages. You can put both together, right? What is the other advantage of this? What? These are the advantages. Motivate inquiries, lead for sales people and all. So these you can use as an advantage. Clear now? Right? Okay. You can make use of as an advantage. You can use objective as an advantages. Clear? Right? You don't want to write. You say objectives and advantages. Then what are the disadvantages of advertising? Now, as I explained to you, it is costly. It is costly. First one. Right? And another important thing, if you're going to advertise, remember, bank need the support or assistance from a third party. Bank need the assistance from second point, third party. Now who? So if you want to put an advertisement, you need to get a support from an advertising agency sometimes to develop the advertisement. Or then you have to discuss with media station to put an advertisement. Right? So therefore, there may be a third party people involved, right, for the assistance, disadvantage. Then repeat advertisement is costly. Now we discuss it is advertisement may be run again. Every time. Now you see once advertisement, If you put tomorrow, again you have to pay. So repeat advertisement is costly. What is that? Repeat advertisement costly. General cost and cost advertisement advertising is generally cost. Repeat advertising also cost. Repeating the same advertisement you have to pay. Right? Third one, you need to get more people involved. That means you need to get external assistant. Example, advertising agencies, media station to run your advertisement. And also difficult to identify the task. I mean, identify the response. Why you don't know? Because he just put an advertisement. It is very difficult to, it is very difficult to get the feedback. Very difficult to get the feedback. And sometimes there may be a communication barrier. Now, while you're communicating, right, there's a barrier. It's called, what is the main barrier for communication? Can anybody tell me what is the main barrier for communication? Huh? Can anybody tell me? You must be knowing communication. What is in the communication process? What is the main barrier? Badake mokadda communicate karnaකොට? Noise. So you may be, while you are watching the TV, then somebody is disturbing you, right? And when you are reading the newspaper, somebody had put something, and when you are hearing the newspaper, hearing the TV, and then somebody come and disturb you, husband, wife, children, or whoever. Then while you are driving, then somebody will put the horn, you miss the radio commercial. So therefore, communication barrier can take place through the advertising. So noise. So these are the disadvantages. Now you have to look at it, all these disadvantages with, when you're using digital marketing platform to communicate, how you can overcome such things. First one, next point, right? More individual forces approach. Now the digital marketing, you can personalize the advertisement. You can send it to person. So therefore, more individual force approach, whereas advertising is broad spectrum. So broad customer base. Here you can personalize, that means individual force approach. Second, less costly, comparatively less costly. And repeat advertisement, you won't charge. It's further less costly. Right? Okay, normal is not, repeat also not. And also you can easily to identify the feedback. Response rate, you can check. And you can do it there your own. You don't want to get the support from third parties. Right? Now, these are the benefits of digital marketing when you're than the advertising. I hope you understood. Okay, clear? Okay, clear? Imandi? Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Sean is okay? Right? Arida, Terunada. Okay, clear? Arida? I didn't get for feedback, much feedback. Anton, you're okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh? Asini? Right, okay. Now you know. So this is the last time question. Right? What is the advantages and disadvantages of advertising, and how it differ with direct marketing, that is what we have discussed earlier. Okay, right. Now go back again. Next one. What is next one? We call them as, what is unethical advertising? What is an unethical advertising? Now, because as a good bank, you cannot carry out unwanted or misbehaving or mis-selling advertisement. Now we are going to discuss customer charter later on, right? So charter also tells you you can't carry out misleading advertisement. Okay. Now you see in today's context, due to heavy competitions among financial institutions, among banks, financial institutions, we have around 30 odd financial banks itself, right? So we have a competition between banks, right? They try to sell financial products to our customers. So while you're communicating through the advertisement, certain informations about your product and services, you may have create unfairness to general public. So some of the advertisement you may use is misleading. That's the first point, right? Since we can write down, just your own word. Only thing is you need to understand, right? So why unethical advertising is creating? Because you have a heavy competition from the banks. When you're selling financial products to your customers, you may carry certain misleading advertisement. So therefore, all financial institutions therefore are required to refrain from publishing misleading and unethical advertisement. So when you advertise, remember, about your product or services, you need to disclose all the product information, right? So the risk you need to expose to the customer. So all the important information need to be highlighted in a visible manner. The general public to understand, right? So your charges, there won't be any hidden charges, right? You need to explain the features, right? So there are some guidelines given by the central bank. Now, I will explain to you a little later on that. Every time you advertise the interest rates in the newspaper or whatever, you need to disclose what? Can anybody tell me? If any bank advertise interest rates, according to the central bank, you need to disclose some important, especially for important things in your advertisement. Can anybody tell me what is that? Can anybody tell me, if any bank, and you see next time any advertisement, you look at it, all the banks, when you advertise, especially for interest rate advertisement, you need to disclose some information. It's must. What is that? How you call? We are going to learn all these things little later on. That is what you call what? Annual what? Effective rate. Sapala Poli Anupati. It has to be disclosed. And all the advertisement, remember, according to the central bank, you need to show, especially the credit products and deposit product, your ratings, all the advertisement, you need to show your bank rating, whether AAA rated bank or whatever. So interest rate advertisement, you have to put annual AER. AER, we will discuss later on what is AER and all, right? AER, annual effective rate, in singular we call Sapala Poli Anupati. Attamma ganudulu karuta hambena poli. Then udaharana වශයෙන් කිව්වොත්, right? I'll tell an example. අපි තමයි අවුරුදු 5ක පොලිය, අවුරුදු 5ක තැම්පතුවක්. So we give, somebody can tell, we give you double your account or maybe 20% interest for your 5-year deposit paid at maturity. Double your account. Now you put 100,000 today. After 5 years, you get 500,000. Some advertisement can put, no? If you want to double your interest, double your deposit in 5 years. So everybody say, Daddy, Laksha Damo out the parking, Laksha Pai, double Vendanang out the parking. What is the annual interest rate? Should be 20%. No? 20% no? Right. But you are misleading. Why? You won't get 20%, no? Why? What is losing? Now, first year you put in 100,000. After 1 year completion, you get how much? 120,000. I mean, make it how many komoda? ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දෙත් 20000යි. ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දෙත් 20000යි. ඒ වගේ තමයි ලක්ෂයක් දැම්මොත් ලක්ෂ දෙක හම්බෙන්නේ. එතකොට පොලිය compound interest is not there. So that means you are mislead the customer. Clear? තේරුණා නේද මම කිව්වේ ඒක? So එහෙම නම් ඉන්නෝනේ අර එක first year එකේ 120ට තමයි 120ක් එන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නෙමෙයි double කරන්නේ. තේරුණා නේද? So therefore there sometimes you can carry out. So you have to disclose real rate of return or annual effective rate. We will discuss those things little later on, right? Now I think what is unethical advertising. So key points, remember, you need to show annual effective rate if it is an interest advertisement. You need to show the credit rating in the advertisement. That is what you show, how the safety of your bank. Now some banks are saying we are the only bank having the government guarantee. Samar like, you know, Rajya Banku Karaksha. The People's Bank costs not getting Rajya Banku Karaksha. The NSB and only bank you guaranteed by the government. Again, Anitya guarantee. Yes. That's the point. So credit rating also tells you some sort of a guarantee. Okay, so these are the some of the special what is unethical advertising. So what is unethical advertising mean? You cannot cheat or mislead the customer. When you advertise, you have to disclose some of the guidelines given by the central bank, like annual effective rate, like credit rating, and need to give full benefits or few need to give special features to the customer. Now somebody can ask, podi 30% advertisement ekakata කොහොමද මේව දාන්නේ, right? දාලා ඇති ගන්න කොන්දේසිය දාලා. You can't put like that. You have to explain all the things. When it comes to the customer charter, I'll explain all this. Okay, right. I hope you understood that part as well. What is unethical advertising? Right. So now, right, clear? Any problems? Are there? Okay, right. Then we are moving to another method, another type of promotion. So we need to go a little faster. I want to finish it up, right? Okay, sales promotion. Now, sales promotion is basically a short-term promotion. They are the short-term in nature and try to stimulate sales. Now, say banks are we using, but this is very broadly used by companies like Unilever and Consumer Paper. But banks also using. But how? Now we have a specific days. No, we say Kanta. That was Kanta Dini. So if you open a ladies account, we'll give you a higher interest rate, we'll give you a gift or something on that day. Only for that day, short term. Right? Okay, 1 month. This is the saving month. Some banks has it. During this time, you open account or deposit the money, we'll give you a little 1% interest. Saving month. Right. Children's Day. Senior Citizens Day. So likewise, banks also carry out certain promotion, create awareness, right, about this, right? And this can be used brand switching. What do you mean by that? Suppose you have a ladies account, but then this bank is not given. Since you have a big offer on another bank, you may switching your account to another bank. Right? So therefore, sales promotion also comeback competition. If you want to sales high quickly, you can go for sales promotion. So once you convert your product, once you move to the new brand, if the new brand or new product or new services is good, you continue to be with you. Right? So that's the important thing. Okay? Right. I think you understood what you mean by a sales promotion. That also, remember, one method you can communicate with the customer. Right? So a lot of supermarkets are having Friday, H&B give you 20% when you deal with Doma. Some banks say Sunday, 25% for all credit card purchases. Right? Those are sales promotion, short term, on that day only. A lot of credit card business are growing on that. Right? During the new year, during the function, the Christmas, New Year, so banks give a lot of promotions. While you're communicating through the promotions, you're trying to educate or inform the customer. Right? Okay. Right. So we also have sales promotion techniques, right? Banks also carry out. When we look at the public relation, what is this? Public relations, the banks are usually deal with many publics. Banks are dealing with different type of publics. Who are the public groups banks are dealing with? Especially media. Then income tax department. Then finance ministry. Central bank. Likewise, there may be different people you need to deal with. You as a bank, you need to have a good rapport with all these public groups and the community. Right? Suppose if you don't have a better relationship or communication, constant dialogue with them, imagine something happened media. If you are not good terms with your media people, if something happened to your bank, maybe found some fraud or something, these media highlight, HNB, Bank of Ceylon, people's done, huge fraud, my goodness, bad publicity. So if you have a better relationship with this, communication with them, they won't advertise all these things. So therefore, remember, so as a big business people, as a bank, per PR, PR is a deliberate plan and sustained effort to establish and maintain the mutual understanding between the organization and its public. Now, public mean maybe different public groups. Example, you can say public mean media. Suppose if you are not good terms with central bank, whatever, they come and every time they watch what you are doing, they come behind you. Right? Central bank, this bank is doing everything good. Passing right? Income tax. If you are not provide the information to the income tax, so a lot of problems comes. Right? Okay, so therefore, as a bank, you need to have a better relationship with the public. There are some public groups, lobbying, pressure groups, teachers association, nurses association, doctors association. You know what again? Mungkin loan gande pa, doctor association, nurse association. So you need to have a better relationship with all these people. You need to communicate with them. Right? Okay, so what is the objectives? Change the company image, improve community relations. That is why sometimes we support certain communities in that particular area. Dengu mardana vyapareta palatsama apit ekatu වේ. Why we all these things? Right? To improve the community relationships. Right? So that is PR. So this is important. You are at the crisis. So regain the public confidence. Okay, I think you understood what is meant by publicity, public relation. Now, this is another important thing, publicity. Now, what is the publicity? It is an unpaid form of communication. Advertising, can you remember? It is a paid form of communication. Now, how you get the publicity for your publicity? Can I told you, if I put an advertisement in the newspaper, my goodness, you have to pay 3 to 4 lakhs. Now, without paying anything, you get the same exposure. How can you get it? It's like this. Now, suppose you have a branch opening. You have a branch opening. You may invite Mr. Basil Rajapaksa, for example. For open, since the finance minister, he comes and open your branch. And he deliver the, while he presents, he will deliver the statement. He said, right, he gave something. From example, now don't quote me as an example. From August 1st onwards, now say your branch opening is today, you invite as a chief guest, Honorable Finance Minister. And while you're opening, he deliver an address, then you invite media and all, no? Right. What he said? He said from August 1st onward, the interest rates of deposits going for 15%. 15%. Now is around 5%. No? My goodness. Oh, they said senior citizens FD rate cut. Oh, whatever. Right now 15% we are offering. They say we are going to amend it or stop this 15% interest rate. My goodness. You can see tomorrow's newspapers and media, news, all things. Government going to give 15% interest rate for all the depositors or cut the 15%. Highlighted, front page in the newspaper, where otherwise you have to pay 1 million to get that benefits. And then people read the advertisement. While you're reading, somewhere there, Mr. Finance Minister had said this at the branch opening took place in People's Bank or Bank of Ceylon, 30 for 450th branch at Kotta or something. So then you get automatically communication benefited without paying any cents because of your inviting certain character. That is why sometimes certain banks invite some figureheads, some characters, some beauticians, some cricketers, some artists to open certain functions banks are carried out. Why? We can get the free publicity, right? Because it's very difficult to control, right? Remember, because those people are those lack of control, and it's an informative, so those are put by the media people. Okay, right? That is another method. Then we have another methods we call sponsorship. Right? What is sponsorship? Now banks are heavy sponsors. Right? Now corporate communication tool available to the market, especially the bank market. Right? So therefore it involves the company or the banks providing money or services to support or operational cost of activity of a public interest. Right? Sponsorship is CSR. Now you see some cricketers are sponsored by certain banks. Right? Then hitannago me dawasala Hasaranga cricket gahani anidu Hasaranga. So they branded. They sponsored his then hitannago danuth me tiyනවනේ away Olympics, Tokyo Olympics they sponsored somebody. They sponsored, now these days the dengue is coming now, right? Certain banks sponsors dengue activities. Some are sponsoring certain educational awareness programs, sponsoring this. So banks can promote events, bank can promote people, right? They're sponsoring these events, cultural events, education events, sports events, whatever. So this is another way you can, especially this is especially used by alcohol people and the tobacco people earlier, because they are not supposed to advertise in the newspaper, right? So therefore they use sponsorships. Now balanago match එකක් ගහනකොට boundary line එක whatever brands sponsors. ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එකේ මේ පැත්තේ ඩයලොග් මේ පැත්තේ තව එකක් කකුලේ එකක් ඔළුවේ එකක්. So what? The moment he play, he's in the crease, you will expose your brand by you are sponsoring Sri Lankan cricket, or sometimes you are sponsoring the person. Every time he wearing a certain jacket or whatever is branded. Now you see the TV, the news in the even the Olympics or the crickets around the world. You see the third umpire decision. It's come the brand name. Those are sponsoring, right? So sponsorship also you can use to communicate, right? Some people advertise they use certain figureheads. Matakada Airangini Serasing, Suadahaman Sudang. Right, then there is a LB Finance. They use some, the figureheads characters. Some banks are using cricketers. Some banks are using artists to promote their products. There are advantages and disadvantages of all things. Remember, right? Okay, I think you understood what is sponsorship. Right, the next one. Another important thing the banks are heavily using, exhibitions and trade fairs. Now some banks, say for an example, Sampat continuously sponsoring book fair, official bank. The moment you have, now these days you have a problem, but suppose if you have a architect exhibition, construction exhibition, who are there? Banks go and install the outlets there for housing, selling housing loans. All right. Suppose the other things, sometimes lifestyle exhibitions. Banks are having loans, lifestyle loans. Okay. So therefore, exhibitions and trade fairs also you can use is to sell their products and communicate their product to the customers. So banks are heavily using exhibitions and trade fairs, right? For housing loan, selling housing loan, and lifestyle exhibitions, they use personal loans to sell their product, like that. Okay, so these are some of the methods they use. And the last one, we're using promotional literature. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of all? You need to understand. Promotional literature means leaflets. Very cost effective, right? You can keep it in your, it can be distributed. You can insert to the newspaper, right? So these are promotional literature. Okay, right? So some of the things you need to understand, these are communication methods. So collectively, we call them as promotional mix. The direct marketing, using web, using internet and all, that's a total one. It's a modern advertising, right? And this is what you call a traditional method of advertising. Okay, clear? Right. Okay, now it is not in your handout. When I go through your this thing, then I saw there is a question on 2019. They say, now since we are going to finish the promotional mix, one element of the marketing mix, last element, list 4 activities which can be carried out using bank mobile apps. Can you answer for this? What are the activities mobile apps can do? Simple, no? What are they? You can
Fund
check your
transfers?
balance. Huh?
Fund transfers, sir?
Yeah, fund transfers
Utility
with
bills?
your bank or other banks. You can check the balance inquiry. Then you can pay your credit cards. You can pay your
Utility
installment.
bills, sir?
Very good, right? Simple. Now get 5 marks, right? 5 marks. What are the benefits to the customers by using mobile app? Again, now can you remember on Friday I told you there are some common advantages. Mobile app is what? Modern delivery channel, modern communication, if you say, right? So therefore, all are common. One is mobile app. Is what? It's with you. You can do the banking convenience 24/7,
Time saving.
365. Right? Fast access, no queues. Branch area polymer nodal, no queues. Obtain some information through the mobile app. Now, suppose if you have a 5 or 6 FDs, you know when is going to mature. You get what is the interest rate. Maybe has a good apps by with the commercial, right? So you can have a lot of advantages, benefits to the customers. So what are the risks faced by industry or for customer by using these modern techniques? What are the disadvantages? Right? There may be some frauds taking place, right? And then interruptions of power sources. Power light right? Then this modern, what are the risks by industry using modern techniques? Right? Not only mobile app, what are the commonly modern techniques? Right? Increasing cost, capital cost is high. Initial capital cost is very high. After that is okay. Then you are exposed to your secrecy information. So those are common things you can write. Right? Then they'll ask the last question: how can bank use such modern tools to promote their banking businesses? Right? How? Promote banking businesses. Now you see a lot of things, right? How you use the modern techniques to promote the banking, digital marketing, social media, all you can use. Okay, right? This is a common thing, but they last in a different way. Right now, then we move into extended marketing mix. Now we have learned now product. We spend a lot of time in place, price, and promotion. Right? We spend a lot of time for all these things. Clear? But then we have a 3 Ps. Since we are selling, we are in the services business. Since we are in the services business, mind you, we have extra 3 Ps. What are these 3 Ps? We call people, physical evidence, process. People, physical evidence, and process. Right. Now let me explain the process, people element in the marketing mix. Right? You see, all the elements you can copy. No? Suppose a pricing, yes. Wow. If the X bank offering a 10% for your FD, B bank also can give you 10%. You can copy. If they carried out a nice advertisement, B bank also do the same thing. If you introduce nice credit product, B bank also can develop a similar product. If they open a branches, B bank also can open a next branch next to that shop. There's no problem. Exact thing you can copy it. But one thing you can't copy. All other marketing mix can be copied by a competitor. But one thing you can't copy, what is that? That is the people. You can't copy exact the same type of employees or people in your organization. That is the differentiate your bank with another bank. people factor. So therefore, so usually we call them as the people for your employees, and usually refers to the staff of the organization, right? It is important. So then you need to look at it, how skilled, how specialized they are in order to market their product and services for your customers. So people, just because of people, no point. You have to be fortified, or you have to be develop their skill. You need to develop their knowledge. You need to develop their attitudes. So then only people become important in the marketing mix. For that, what we do, we must motivate them, we must train them, because the ultimately people is the delivery of services, the final point. It is the contact point. Your entire service quality is determined by through the people behavior in your bag. They are the ultimate final point. So therefore, remember, you must have a talented, well knowledge, right, people in your organization, and to understand the customers as well as the provide the better services to customers, right? So therefore, remember, people play an important role in your organization, right? Clear? So it is a most people is the most imperative factor in a service organization. Most imperative factor. Your service quality depend on people factor, right? Okay. So for that, we must give them a training, motivate them, provide the better salary also. Then only these are internal customers, right? So okay, I think you understood now how important you are. Right now, examiner can ask, like I can explain to you, what is the importance of pricing compared with other marketing mix element. Same question can ask how people factor play an important role in your marketing mix element. Then you can say it is only element is the most imperative factor in service organization. All the other elements can be copied, but the people can be copied. One bank is different from another bank because of the people factor. It may be effective. People has to be competent, well, skillful, talented staff. For that, what banks try to do, we must educate them, must train them, we must motivate them to provide a better customer service, because customer quality service main determinant is people. Clear? Now you see how important for you in your organization. Right? Now people factor. Another factor. Right? So as I explained to you, it is there in your handout. It is important for training and all. Right. And also remember, you have to be polite, dealing friendly, attentive, helpful with the staff, with the customers, right? Otherwise, no. So it is what you're expecting: polite, friendly, attentive, helpful, service provide, depend on your staff. Okay, next one. Next one is a process element in the marketing mix, right? I'll give you a good example. I don't want to give you a more process mean deliver to customer is the end result of a process. Now, I'll give you a classic example. Then you understand how we import the process element in the marketing mix. Take example, insurance. Who is the giant insurance in Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation. Right? Now, how selling Selinco got the higher market share in the life insurance. Sorry, not the life, the general insurance. What they have done it? They have made use of the process element in the marketing mix. You know, when you made an accident, the most headache is get the police reports. Otherwise, you won't get the claim. You know, neither. Is there accident ඒක ක්ලේම් එක ගන්න නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පොලිස් රිපෝට් එකක් ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද හැප්පෙනවා ලේසි. ඊට පස්සේ පොලිස් මහත්තයෙක් එක්කන් ඇවිල්ලා දන්නවනේ ඉතින් ඔය එක්කන් එන්න තියෙන කරදරේ ඇවිල්ලා මේක පෙන්නලා උට වැදලා රිපෝට් එක අරගෙන ඕවා තමයි you need to send it to the insurance to get a claim. And Selinco has identified in their claim process is a cumbersome. They introduce a novel concept, but on the spot, they have changed the process element. We don't want police report on the spot. My goodness, people move to that. And then the insurance market share has come down from fairly amount from the Sri Lanka insurance. After that, all the competitors followed that. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද හැමෝම ගත්තා. Then Selinco Insurance said, I don't know why me copy කරන්නේ ඇයි, all sort of things. A big campaign has gone on. But what Selinco has done, they have changed the process element. Now how banks? Did banks also did the same thing? Yes, banks also did. How banks did? Banks also come up with changing their process. ඉස්සර housing loan එකක් ගන්න ගියාම බැංකුවක මාස 6යි 7යි නැත්තම් මාර කාලයක් ගන්නවා housing loan එකක් ගන්න ගියාම. Then bank also changed the process. They advertise. වාර 2යි සුමාන 2යි බැංකුවේ housing loan එක අතේ. You will recall all these advertisement carried out banks. Now you can get a housing loan within 2 weeks. They have changed the process. You can get your passport within 1 day. Special service, 1 day service. You can get it for your ID 1 day, but you have to pay for that. Yes, but what you have done it? You have changed the process element in the marketing mix. They improved the process, expedite the process. Right now, you can see how you can adjust your marketing mix element to gain the market share in your organization. I just give you a classic example. But when you go for process, you have always 3 issues in the process element. What are the 3 issues in the process element? Efficiency and effectiveness. Then automations and fragmentation. Now go for housing loan. It has to go from one division to another division. Every division must work. It's like a relay. Right? So like process is like a relay. Everybody has to run fast. There won't be any fragmentation. But most happen in between division there may be a delay. Then it ultimately impact your final delivery. So efficiency and effectiveness, automations, fragmentation are the issues. If you can sort it out, all these issues, you can improve your processes. So that means then you compare. When you go to the X bank, B bank, service sector, because they have streamlined the processes. Clear? Now you can understand how now any loan you can get it. If you have a credit card, if you have a 300,000, immediately you can get a loan against that. Right? Clear, understood, right? Now you see the process element in the marketing mix. How can they use this to change the service delivery in the banking patronage or banking industry? Other one is The final element in the marketing mix is the physical evidence. Most financial products, as we explained, one of the specific characteristics is an intangible in nature. That's the nature of the service. It's a characteristics of a service. Now, the physical evidence convert intangibles to tangibles. That is why when you go to the branch, you see fully AC, nice environment, easy access, nice branch layout. All things are there. You feel it happy. That is the reason why last Friday I told how keels overcome khakis. Physical evidence, ample parking facility, easy access to the premises. Once you go inside, fully AC, everything easy access. You can do it your own. That is the physical evidence, right? You can see sometimes some banks are having TV channels. During the match you can watch, and there may be a fish tanks, right? You create the patience of having fish tanks. So all are physical evidence, right? Which may convert intangible into tangible, especially the branch office and things like that. Okay, so physical evidence component refers to the environment in which the service is delivered and the tangible items which are associated with services. When you go for restaurants, you see how it located, how it arranged it. Family rooms, right? Okay, so physical evidence is important, providing the services. Okay, right. Now, these are some of the 7 P's. I went a little rushed to that, but I think you understood all these things. Now, those 7 P's are, we look at it from the bank angle, we look at it, these products, 7 P's. What is product to me? What is price to me? What is place, promotion, like that? If you look at it, all these 7 P's from the customer's point of view, what is meant by a product to a customer? That is we call 7 C's. What is product to customer? A solution. No, it's a solution. No? Product for a customer is a solution. Price for marketer, it's a cost to the customer. Place is a convenience to the customer. Promotion is a communication to the customer. Physical evidence is a confirmation to the customer. People, what customer look at from the people? Considerations. Movement, attention, process is on coordination. Customers not look at it how you are. When you go to take a loan, say for example, he's not bothered about your legal department, your front office in the credit department, audit department. Customers not worried. Customer expect your internal arrangement has to be coordinated accordingly. Right? So this final slide on marketing mix elements, we talk about how marketer look at 7 P's and how customer look at it, all these 7 P's from the customer's point of view. Clear? Right? So as explained earlier, marketing mix element is an internal controllable variables. You make use of, you is arranging in such a way all these marketing mix, blended in such a way, combined in such a way, you can compete your competitor. How you use your 7 P's. Every piece is important. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You can't prepare a puzzle without having all these jigsaw items, right? So how you use it is a marketer's job. Now you can see how important your marketing mix element in order to come back with your competitor and to meet your what uncontrollable variables. Right? Now I think you understand how important the marketing mix variables, or what you call incontrollable variable in the marketing mix element. Clear? Right? So from there, we are going to stop or finish the marketing mix variable. We have talked too many things about what is product, what is price, what is place, direct marketing methods, direct channels, modern tech channeling, traditional channels, everything. Okay? Understood? Clear? Right? Disla, okay? Disla, okay? Disala, no? Disla. Right. Ashan, okay? Ashan, you understood?
Yes, sir.
Right? Clear? Right. Then who is the others? Just I will take the random. Right. Then Mahima. Okay, Mahima. Right. Kalinga. So his famous name, Kalinga. Right. Kalinga. Okay, no? Kalinga. Understood? Kalinga.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Imandi. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions? Lasita, any question? Lasita joined little while ago, no? Right. Then any questions about marketing mix or marketing? Right. Rochelle, oh? Right. Then right. Clear, understood. Right. So with this, so we need to discuss little bit of other areas in the marketing, and we have another 25 minutes. I think we in a position to cover these 4 areas, right? So, but marketing mix very important area. Now we are going to discuss about the marketing plan. Marketing plan, right? It's another area. In 2018, September or so, examine ask you a question, one small question. What are the key elements of a marketing plan? What are the key elements of a marketing plan? Right. For that matter, any plan, you must have objectives. Any plan, you must have an objective. What may be the objectives? Can anybody tell me what may be your marketing objective should be? Can you give me one objective you will set for your organization? Can any volunteer? Suppose if you are working for a bank, what is the one of the objective you are going to put it? What the done plan objective? Definitely market share, profits, customer base. So I want to improve my market share. I want to improve my profits. I want to improve my asset base. I want to improve my customer base. These are marketing objectives, right? So any plan, you must have an objective. Example you can quote, right? Any example you can quote: market share, profitability, asset base, customer base. I want to improve my customer base from today I am having 6 million customers. I want to increase to 6.1 in 2022. Today I am having the 10% market share. I'm going to have it 21% market, 11% market. Don't think too much, huh? So, but objective must be What are the characteristics of an objective? Can anybody tell me quickly? What are the characteristics of an objective? It should be like me. But it should be smart. What is smart? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevance, and time bound. Right? Don't put, I want to achieve next year, my present market share is 10%. I want to achieve 20% of market share 2022. Never happened. And it will not happen. So therefore, your objective may be unrealistic. Right? Your objective must be measurable. Yeah, market share can be measured. Your number of customers can be measured. Right? Your profits can be measured. Your asset can be measured. So objective must be measurable and a specific. That is why I use market share. Very specific. You can't say improve your business. Look the business. Therefore, objective must be, you can just put example now we put objective must be smart. What do you mean by smart? Specific, measurable, mind pulong enno. Right? That's a plan done that achieve measurable, specific, like market share, pressure, very specific. Market share, measurable, specific, measurable, achievable. What do you say? That's what I told you, achievable. That's market share is either not achievable. Maybe 0.5. Even for keeping your existing market share also something you can say. Achievable, relevance, subject something which is relevant to your business, and time bound. You have to say, I am going to achieve my objective during 2021, during 2022, like that. It will be very specific the time frame. Then your objective becomes smart. Right? Okay, now we understood how to set the good marketing objective. First, in a marketing plan, objective, once you're setting the objective, there are some things you need to take into account. Clear? Any questions? Harida, I need a feedback, Puta. Right? Right? Okay? Okay. Next point. Now, then having set an objective, you need to assess marketing opportunities, threats, and resources. May objective එක achieve කරන්න වෙළඳපොලේ අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා. මොනවද අපිට තියෙන තර්ජන ගර්ජන අපිට සල්ලි තියෙනවා. So you need to understand. Second step, assessment of marketing opportunities, threats, and resources. Right? Assessment of marketing opportunities, threats, and resources. Okay. For that, we must have some techniques. Right now, look at it with the next slide. How you assess the marketing opportunities, how you assess the threats, how you assess the strength and all. For that, we have a technique called SWOT analysis. I think some of you may know. Have you done a SWOT analysis for your bank? What are your bank strengths? Think about Bank of Ceylon. What are your bank strengths? That strengths mean what are the things you good at than your competitor. Strengths mean it's an internal thing. Now take Bank of Ceylon for an example. What is the strength? Oh, asset base, customer base, deposit base, all 3 trillion. Good brand name, having a large network of around 500. One of the number one, got lot of credential from lot of international magazines and things like that. Those are the strength. What are the weaknesses? You feel it's a government bank, little old stuff and all. You may feel it. Not so technology driven. What are the opportunities that is available in the market? What are the threats you are facing? Maybe government pressure or, Those are the threats. Those are external factors. Then you identify what is your present position. What are the opportunities you have? What are the threats you are going to find by using what analysis? SWOT analysis. Right? It is very important. Marketer's job. That is why marketing play an important role in strategic planning. Why? Can you remember we discussed very early? SWOT analysis. If the examiner asks your SWOT analysis, draw this one, right? And just explain. Now, if your questions comes like that, you need to say what is SWOT stand for. S means strengths. Strengths mean the things you are good at than your competitor. Weaknesses, what are your weaknesses? You can have one example. Then you have opportunities which are available in the external. Strength and weaknesses internal, opportunities and threats external. Because you need to find out what is your organization present position. This is a situational analytical technique, SWOT analysis. Okay. Then move into the pestle. This uncontrollable variable, I told you. What is pestle? Political, economy, social, cultural, technological, environmental, and legal factors. Those are uncontrollable variables. How political factors impact your business? How economic situation in the country impact your business? How social cultural factors impact your business? Examples for social cultural. Technology. If your bank is not technological driven, finish. Environment factors. To what extent when you do businesses, we protect environment? Green financing, people are talking. How the legal factors impact your businesses? Those are pestle lists, we call them as external uncontrollable variables. As again, like SWOT, what you need to do when you go to pestle, you need to explain what is P, what is E, what is E, T, E, L, and briefly one sentence you have to say how political factors impact your business, how economic factors like these days, inflation, people don't have money to save, example. Social cultural, patterns of living, people are highly spending, opportunity for credit card, technological, as I explained to you, people are going for digitalization. E, environment, when you're going for lending loans, we have to look after the green aspects, climate factors, legal aspects. What are the new laws prevailing in the banking sector? Compliance, risk management, how it impact to my businesses, right? So very simply you have to explain. Then the Porter medal. Now Porter, I will give you one, right? Porter, Michael Porter, he's the guy still living in the world, right? He has identified 5 forces for your businesses. He has identified 5 forces to your businesses, right? First one is competitive rivalry. What do you mean by competitive rivalry? Competitive rivalry means, Puta, how many banks in Sri Lanka to compete with you? Suppose you're a bank of Ceylon. There are commercial banks, Sampath Bank, then all these commercial banks are competing with you. And also you may say, for an example, all commercial banks are competing with to gain the customers' market share. Right? It impact to loss your businesses. So you need to understand, you need to identify who are your competitor, what they are doing. Threat of new entry. Suppose a new bank is going to come. Example, Bank of China is already there, but not in a big scale. Suppose China Construction Bank going to come to Sri Lanka. My goodness, yet another giant. They are going to have also in Colombo Harbour, big branch they open. All the LCs go to them. All the Chinese in Sri Lanka go to them. Bank of Ceylon may last. So threat of new entrants, threat of substitute. What are the alternatives for banks? Fintech companies, single company, fintechs, big competition to us. Stock market competition to us. Because people are investing in stocks because we are giving low interest rate. They're going for a unit trust or stock market to earn high return. Fintech companies, you are losing my businesses. Then bargaining power of customers. Now customers not like that. They are demanding. They ask high interest, they ask more services for their deposits. And loan takers, supplies, depositors. Other side of the same customer may be loan customer and a deposit customer. Now you see. So what Michael Porter say, we need to look at it, how these competitor forces, right? Now you can say what Michael Porter talk. We need to understand all these points. These are 3 techniques used by bank to understand the customers, by understand the bank present positions. What are those? Right? SWOT analysis, Pestel analysis, and Michael Porter analysis. This is an assessment of marketing opportunities and threats and resources. Clear? Right? These 3 models you can use it. Having understood, now what is next one? Now you know what is my objective. I understand. I have assessed my present position. What are the threats I am going to face? What are the opportunities available in the market? What are the resources I need? What are the facilities? What are the strengths and weaknesses my bank is having? Then what are you going to do? You are going to develop strategies. How I am going to achieve these objectives? Strategies mean how I am going to, or how your bank going to achieve your objectives. It is strategies. How you are going to achieve your objective is strategies. In your strategies, what are the strategy? Now this is okay. Before that, there's a question on 2019 September. Identify the external environmental forces that could have been the cause for the loss of market share. You may relate it to it with Porter's model. Now, if questions came on 2019 September, what you need to do in that case? Because the exam say your market share has come down. So then you have to draw this 4-5 Michael Porter said and very briefly explain. Rivalry among existing firms. You can say there are around 30 odd banks are there. So banks need to compete with all these competitors. Simple. Second, threat of substitute. There are a lot of fintech companies who are offering similar product like with similar products like banks, and also share market. They are issuing shares to customers as unit trust. It's a threat. Customers are demanding. There may be a new finance companies or new banks going to come. There may be a suppliers from the deposit customers as well as the loan customers. Bargaining power of suppliers in here is the depositors. They also ask high interest rate. Loan customers, they're demanding low interest rate, more loan, things like that. Right? Now you understood how to use the things. Then we are going to look at it. Strategies. Now I'll explain these strategies. This was developed by Ansoff, Professor Ansoff. The guy is there, and he said, if you can develop your business using one of these four strategies. What are the strategies? He said, market penetration. Market penetration. Now, simply listen to me. How market penetration? Market penetration means using your existing product and services and selling to your existing markets, then try to improve your businesses. Is called market penetration. Using existing products and services and try to sell to your existing market. Right? How can you do that? Now I'll tell you a classic example. Forget about bank for a time being. Take the Unilever. Take the Unilever. Take the Cigna toothpaste. Now, Unilever going to use market penetration strategy. What is market penetration? They use their existing product called Signal to sell it more to existing customers. How can you do? What are their strategies? They are using marketing mix elements. Those are tactics. That is like internal control variables you use to address the market penetration. Example. In your market, you ask your existing users to use more. How? මොකද කරන්නේ? ඔගොල්ලෝ දැකලාද නේද? දැන් ඔබේ දරුවාට කියන්න කාටත් කියන්න රැටත් මදින්න. right? උදේට විතරක් දැත්මැද එක දැන් කියනවා රැටත් මදින්න. Good, no? So what happened? ඉස්සර එකක් ගත්ත customer දැන් toothpaste දෙකක් ගන්නවා. Market penetration. Existing users to use more. ඒකට commercial දානවා ලස්සනටනේ. කාටත් කියන්න රැටත් මදින්න. right? ඔබේ දරුවාට හොඳ පුරුදු කරන්න. තව කියනවා හොදන්න අත් හොදන්න. මතකද commercial used by famous cricketer සංගකාර. 1 2 3 4 5 හැම වෙලාවෙම අත හොදන්න කියලා. දැන් නම් ඒක හරියට වැදගත් market penetration. ඇයි? ඔබ කොහේ ආවත් අත හොදන්න. right? Corona, COVID. So existing users to use your soap or chemicals. So පාවිච්චි කරන්න මොනවද යන්නේ? Chemicals, soap එක දිය වෙනවා. Market penetration. Now let's look at banks. Our banks are not using the market penetration strategy. Yes, bank also using. We have a schemes. If you deposit the money of so much, we'll give you this interest rate. If your deposit base go to this, we'll give a little higher interest rate, like that. For children, what we do? If you deposit 10,000, I'll give you something. If you deposit 50,000, I'll give you a motor bicycle. Like that, we also encourage your existing users to deposit with us. Existing loan, housing loan. If you have a credit card, we'll give you another loan. Existing customers, existing products. That is a strategy, market penetration. Clear? I hope you understood. Then you go for next, market development. What is market development strategy? That is, you are taking your existing product and services to new market. Example, bank, branch opening. Why we have a branch opening? Why we go for new delivery channels? Expand my product available place to everybody. Or go for open new branches in Dubai or whatever, Bangkok or what, or Maldives, wherever. Improve your business opportunities through open branches, open new channels, using your existing product and services. Correct, no? Right. Then go to the product development. Now your existing customers are fed up with your existing products. So now what you're trying to do? Now you want to improve the business. Develop new product to existing market. So that is product development. You come up with new product and new services to your existing customer. So thereby you improve your product. That is why sometimes you remodify your existing product. So again, you can improve your businesses. You improve your market share. The last one is a high risky. You come up with new product, new markets. Example for bank. They are diversifying their businesses. Some banks go for insurance businesses. Example, you diversify your businesses. Or have a subsidiary like Sampath is having what is their subsidiary? Finance company. Commercial also having finance companies. HNB have his HNB Grameen. Right? You are trying to diversify your businesses. So these are the strategies, broad strategies. There are so many strategies, but in your case it's enough. What are the strategies you use it for improve your businesses, improve your market share, market penetration, market development, product development, and diversification. Right. This is your 221 question. What strategies could be used by banks to improve their businesses? You may relate it to it with ENSOP model. Now you know how to answer, no? So in that case, what you see, you put this one and put those 5 strategies. Give an example, like what you have done for this. Right. Okay. Any clear? Any clarification? Understood? Terunal. Attanga Shan. Okay, Shan. Shan. Yes. Right. Imandi. Yes. Imandi said yes. So Abhishek. Okay. Right. Kaling. Okay. Everybody is understood. Clear. Now, if you really look at it, your bank is doing all these things, even though you don't know. Right? Think about heavily this Unilever. I'm always take the Unilever example. Spano, are a marketing mix element, Yudagan Nikoma, the strategic achieve current. Okay? Right? I think you understood. But still, no question asked about. One time they asked about the external environment. Now, next time they may ask market and sub matrix strategy. How you use to improve your market share. I think you understood. Go through again the recorded version later on, but I don't think you don't want to do that. I think you understood this. Now you can understand banks, all banks are, not only banks, all the institutions do this, no? Right? All are like that. Okay. Now with this, right, then we move into the next point. Right. Now, what is the next step then? What is the next step? Now we know what is marketing objectives, opportunities, threats, and resources. The next step, formulations of marketing strategy. Then, once you develop the plan. This is my objective. This is my present position. This is the strategy I am going to achieve my objective. That is your plan. And then, so you need to execute your plan. While you are implementing the plan, what happened? You have to review and evaluate whether I am going in the correct direction as for my plan. These are the steps involving in the marketing plan. Right? Okay. Now, with this, so let's look at some of the strategies to retain your existing customers. One of these things in detail, whatever. Develop product which suit the customers, new product development. Increase cross-selling, selling your existing customers more products. That is cross-selling. Right? Cross-selling means selling a yet another financial product to your existing customers. What is that? Market. If you want, you can put it in front. Market penetration. Earlier, product development. Introduce more convenience delivery channel. What is that? Market development. What is? Improve service quality. But market penetration. Increase CVP, customer value proposition. Product development. Customer value, give more value to the customer. Add value in your product life cycle. Augmented product development. Improve customer confidence level. What? Market penetration. Apply better CRM, customer relationship management techniques. Product development as well as market penetration. Right? Okay, understood. All these things you can use to retain your existing customer. You name it. Right? Okay, understood. Now that's very basic, but you know the marketing plan is more than that, but in your level is more than enough. Right. So then what is the marketing plan for? Open a new branch. Now since you have learned IAB from me, the marketing side, right? You are appointed as a branch manager for a new branch. Now the head office telling you, okay, guy, you develop a marketing plan for open a new branch. What is your marketing plan? What is your plan? What is your marketing plan? Right? Okay. Selecting a preferred location. Then on a preferred location, new branch you have to select the place. When you are selecting the now, assuming that you got the, when you open a branch, mind you need to first, you know the procedure for opening a branch. First, you need to find a place, preferred location. When you are selecting a preferred location, mind you need to look at it. What are the factors you are going to look at it? What is your clientele? Are there any other branches? Any other branches and many other banks are there? What is the people who are living in that? What is the income level? What is the education level? What is the, you look at it, how many schools, how many government officers, how many factories? What is the people living in that area, whether it's agriculture place, whether it's a fisheries place? So you have to look at the location, convenience location. Are we having ample parking facilities, access to the town? All factors you need to look at it. And mind you, before that, once you understood identify the place, before that, you need to obtain the permission from central bank. For that, you need to carry out feasibility study. When you're going to make your branch profit, feasibility study. Then it has to be approved by your board of directors, and then it has to be sent it to the central bank for monetary board approval. Then only you can open. Otherwise, you cannot open. Before that, also you have to send a plan, right? Remember, you can't just you must have send a plan. We call them as you must have I can't remember. There's a plan you have to send. This year, how many branch you going to open? replacement plan on central banking, right? Now here not necessary because we are asking marketing plan to open a new branch, right? Clear now? Now on the preferred location you have selected. Then now what you do? You have to carry out awareness plan. You say communicate surrounding, no point for all, right? So all you meet people. What is that? You carried out awareness plan. You meet schools. You meet government officers, people. You meet Grama Sevaka, police station man, get into the field. Get the list of people. Get into the government business, government institution. Talk to head of that government institution. Go to meet principal. See whether you can get the support from children. Go to the church or temple or whatever. You get the support. So you create an awareness plan. You're going to open a branch here. You put an advertisement also. Put a strategic location, poster campaign or banner campaign, opening soon. Right? Branch, H&B branch, town. Create awareness. Meet people. Get key people. Right? Carried out awareness. Use mobile van. Distribute leaflets through localized newspaper agents. House to house campaign. Create awareness about your branch. Then opening day plan. What you do? You carry out opening day. Some speakers, you say today's branch opening. You invite police people, Grama Sevaka, AG, key head people in that place. And you invite some school children. You must have an opening day ceremony. You invite chief guest. You may have some school dance items, or you can have a specific gift the opening day. You give everybody who open account today a small gift, token of appreciation. Have a tea and refreshment. Right? Okay, so these are what you call opening day plan. Now think about your branch, your bank, how they organize these things. And not only now, you don't think that's finished. No. Then you follow up. Subsequent plan after the opening. So you have to visit all these people. Tell the benefits, specific features you are offering. Right? At least you must go continuously for 3 months. No. Follow-up actions. So you need to put the dates. Go to the poller sometimes. That is for opening awareness. But otherwise you go to branch level, school level, the individual government places, garment places, factories. Right? Subsequent plan. What is your plan? You may divide your staff. You may get the support from head office, marketing team, or getting support from closest other branches staff. You may have a one-day campaign, house-to-house campaign. Call other people also to join. Right? Like that you can have it. New branch opening. Okay? Right. If I ask you questions like that, marketing plan for launching a specific credit product for MSME sector, micro, small, medium sector, enterprise sector. What is the plan for you? You are going to launch a new credit product. Now you know the target market. So think on that way. Right? And now almost 3 o'clock. Right. Okay, we have a small thing to be discussed, which I will carry out in next week and then finish it off. I start with type of customers. Right? I start with type of customers. Okay. Any problems, any issues? Understood? Clear? All right. Achala is okay. Shivan, Shohan,
Yes, sir.
Imandi, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Clear? Right. Okay. So we'll stop today, and next week we finish this value chain analysis and market research, and then buying decision, and another area about the marketing. I thought of covering today, but unfortunately I don't have much time. So don't worry, we will spend half an hour or 45 minutes to cover up this next week, and we start another important area: customers, type of customers, right? What are deposit customers, loan customers, and investment customers? Clear? Okay, thank you very much. So see you on next Sunday, and I will send you a note. So we will join next week.